Hey everybody, this is Preezy. Check out my website at www.listenuplistening5687.com. That's www.listenuplistening5687.com. You ready to chit chat and all of that? You ready to vent, let it out? Well, come on now. Come on, collab with Preezy. Come on and be on Listen Up, Listen In as a guest. Contact me at 718-354-8405. 718-354-8405. You can also contact me by email, listenuplistening5687@gmail.com. One more time, listenuplistening5687@gmail.com. Let's get it.
Tanya, you ready?
Listen up, listen in. 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 Thanks for tuning in. Let's have a conversation. Talking worldwide, it don't matter your location. What you going through and the topic may have relation. Let's get some motivation. Let's swap out education. Every Friday we heal, laugh, improve, and grow. Put some nutrients in your mind, give you food for the soul. I know you pumped and preparing for your weekend and low. Might as well join the discussion and tune into the show. Listen up, listen in. Listen up, listen in. Listen up, listen in. Listen up, listen in. Listen up, listen in.
Hey everyone, thanks so much for tuning in to Listen Up, Listen In podcast. I'm your host, Preezy. Now before I start today's episode, I would love for you guys and gals to follow me on social media. Go to Instagram, Listen Up, Listen In 5687, and on Facebook, Listen Up, Listen In. You can also email me at listenuplistening5687@gmail.com. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, by following me on social media, you'll be able to see all the platforms my podcast is on. Wherever you consume my podcast, hit the subscribe button so you can be notified when a new episode is posted. Rate, review, and share this podcast. Now let's get back to Listen Up, Listen In. Hey everyone, thank you so much for tuning in to Listen Up, Listen In podcast. I am your host, Preezy, and I just want to say all praises to Jehovah God and Jesus Christ, amen. And you woke up this morning, yes, you're feeling good inside, so you should give yourself a round of applause for that. Absolutely, yes. You woke up this morning and you're feeling good inside. I hope you are. And if you're having a bad day, try to brush it off. I know it's easy said than done, but don't let them see you sweat. You know why? Because the same people that see you sweat, they smiling in your face. They want to take your place. You know what it is, you know. So we got to try to make the best of things. Ooh, hold on. Let me get something to drink. Throat a little parched. Thank you for that. So today's episode, I want to talk about mental health. Mental health is so serious. I mean, it is so many people out here in the world today that are mentally ill. And they need help. Now, you may say to yourself, well, there are so many places they can go to get help. But they got to want to get help. You know, you can't force a person to get help. They got to want it. And so much of us in the world today, we're going through a lot, you know. Whether it's death, losing a job, problems at home, domestic violence, children, teenagers, your career, finances. So much can make a person get stressed out and really lose it. or snap, as they may say. But what can you do? What are the signs? What causes issues as far as mental health? But what is the definition of mental health? Because a lot of people may not even know what the definition is. And so I want to talk about it. What is mental health? Mental health includes our emotional, psychological, and social well-being. It affects how we think, feel, and act. It also helps determine how we handle stress, relate to others, and make healthy choices. Yes. So, mental health could be these different types of categories. Mood disorders, such as depression or bipolar disorder, anxiety disorders, personality disorders, psychotic disorders such as schizophrenia. And we hear so much stories on the news of how women and men have mental health issues, and they may do harm to themselves, to their children, to people in the street that they don't even know. We've heard the incidents where people walk up to somebody and slash them in the face. A couple of incidents have happened like that on the subway. People have been pushed on the tracks. Some were able to get up, some weren't. So many things that people are doing, attacking innocent people in the street. Some of these mental people are homeless, and some of them are people that go to work every day, like you and I. Some of these people you work with are mentally ill. And it's so important, as sometimes we need to know the signs. Maybe there's some things that we need to look for, and to see what we can do. If you see something or you hear someone talking just a little bit different, should you be concerned? Should you say something? Should you report it to a supervisor or anyone, a police officer? Because there's always red flags. I say it all the time. There's always some type of red flag to show you that something's not right. You could be living with someone who has mental health issues. You know, sometimes we meet people, we talk to people. Everybody, they don't tell you their past or things that they're going through. People are not as honest as they were maybe years ago. Maybe years ago they weren't honest. I don't know. But people don't tell you everything. Sometimes you have to be observant and watch people and just watch the way they move. Because believe it or not, it might help you later on. Trust me. And it's so important. Mental health is really a big thing when it comes to mental health. And there's so many places or numbers that you can call to get help. You know, children, teenagers suffer from mental health. It's real. And is there different agencies or different therapy sessions or therapists, I should say, out there to help them? I'm pretty sure there is, but the person has to want the help. And what if the person doesn't know how to go about getting the help? So let's talk about what are some examples of mental health or mental health issues. So it can be anxiety disorders, behavior and emotional disorders in children, bipolar affective disorder, depression, dissociation and dissociative disorders, eating disorders, obsessive compulsive disorders, paranoia, post-traumatic stress disorder, psychosis, schizophrenia. Yeah, it's a lot of mental health disorders. And never be afraid to get help. Don't be afraid if you're feeling depressed or you're paranoid or you're schizophrenic or bipolar or even post-traumatic. Whatever it is, try to get help. Because the way we think with our mood and our behavior, it affects us. Things that we can't cope with, whether it be work, it could be relationships, things that's demanding in our life, stress. And who is not going through stress? Everyone is going through some type of stress. Now, some of the mental health issues can be managed with medications. And, it's important that if you do have these situations or you do suffer from mental illness, that you continue to take your medication. Counseling helps. Talking to your therapist. Don't miss your sessions. Because sometimes we can't talk to friends. We can't talk to family members. So we have to talk to a therapist or a psychiatrist. And I definitely recommend that. Therapy is very important. I think we all need someone to talk to besides the people that we know. I always encourage therapy. I also suffer from anxiety. I suffered from depression because of the loss of my mother. And I needed someone to talk to. I'm not ashamed. I'm not afraid to tell the world of what I was going through. My mind was all over the place. Death can do it, especially when you're so close to that person. So we all need some type of help. Never be afraid to talk to anyone. At the end of this episode, I'm going to put some numbers in the bio so that you can see if you need help or you need somebody to talk to or just to vent and let some frustration out. I'll definitely leave the numbers of where you can call. Anxiety. A lot of people that I know suffer from anxiety. And what is that? Anxiety disorders is a group of mental health disorders that includes generalized anxiety disorders, social phobias, specific phobias, for example, agoraphobia and claustrophobia, panic disorders, obsessive compulsive disorders, that's OCD, and post-traumatic stress disorder. Untreated anxiety disorders can lead to significant impairment on people's daily lives. So that is something that you really have to take serious. There's nothing wrong with seeing a therapist, nothing wrong with seeing a psychiatrist, and there's nothing wrong with taking medications if you feel that they help. Behavior and emotional disorders in children. Common behavior disorders in children include oppositional defiant disorder, ODD, conduct disorder, CD, and attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, ADHD. Treatment for those mental health disorders can include therapy, education, and medication. And I know a lot of people say, I don't want to be taking all these pills and all that. I don't want to be doing all that. But if the pills help you and keep you relaxed or calm, don't stop taking your medication. It's so important. Take your medication. And also, a change of diet might help too. Start eating a little bit more healthier. Drink a lot more water. Take your vitamins. because there might be certain medications that you may not need. It all depends on what your doctor says or what your diagnosis is. What about depression? Depression is so hard. And we go through life and you get depressed just watching the news. So much killings. It has been so much domestic violence. And I want to talk about that on another episode. So if you're interested in joining me, please listen up, listen in, 5687@gmail.com. Email me. That is a deep topic, domestic violence. It is happening so much. The killings. People are killing their mates, killing their children, the beatings. I've seen so many videos recently of men beating their women, killing their women, or vice versa. But it seems it's happening so much with the females. The domestic violence has increased. The suicide rate has increased. And that's another thing, another episode that I'm going to be having as well. So much is happening. Being depressed is so tough to deal with. When you lose someone or something tragic happens in your life, you lost your job, things are not going right at home, your children are acting up, teenagers in the street, you're losing control. Anything in life can get you to be so depressed and sad. But you gotta pick yourself up. You gotta get help. You gotta get help. Depression is a mood disorder characterized by a lowering of mood, loss of interest and enjoyment, and reduced energy. It is not just feeling sad. There are different types and symptoms of depression. There are varying levels of severity and symptoms related to depression. Sometimes the symptoms of depression can lead to increased risk of suicidal thoughts or behaviors. Yes. I used to say, why do people kill themselves? Oh, that's so selfish. Why would they do something like that to their family? Heartless. They don't care. They just took the easy way out. Yeah. Until I got depressed. And you start thinking about things, and I'm not going to get deep into it, but you'll be surprised when you're depressed and what you start thinking about. When you're hurting so bad, what goes on in your mind. So I'm telling you, everybody that's out there today, if you even think close to that level, get help. You should be here. Always remember that. You mean something to someone in this world. Love yourself. Don't ever think that you should just end it. There's so many reasons why you should keep living. And I know at that point you may say to yourself, oh, I'll be here. No. Get help. I'm also going to include that in the bio. This is suicide prevention numbers. But I'm definitely going to have an episode on that. I think that's so important. So please, if you ever get to that point where you're feeling depressed, I don't even care. Email me. Listen up, listen in, 5687@gmail.com. Email me. Let's talk about it. Because it is serious. The world is mad. There's so much going on. The devil is busy. The devil don't want to see us happy. He wants us to be depressed and sad and evil and hate each other and talk about each other and put each other down and just don't have no love for the family and just just be pure nasty to each other. That's what he want. He don't want to see us happy. But God wants to see us happy. And one day, this world's gonna be a better place. But hold on now. Live your life. Love yourself. Love your family. Know that people are out there that love you. Don't worry about everybody else liking you. Don't worry about having the whole world like you. Just the important ones. That's it. And guess what? Sometimes it's not always family. It's friends, associates that you mean the world to. So never go that route. Call for help. Then what about eating disorders? Eating disorders include anorexia, bulimia, nervosa, and other binge eating disorders. Eating disorders affect females and males and can have serious psychological and physical consequences. See that? That's another form of mental health. And eating disorders. You got people eating and then going in the bathroom and vomiting because they worry about how they look, how their appearance is. And that's society. People going out here getting these operations and thinking that a bigger butt gonna make them a better looking person or bigger breasts and wind up dying from that. Gotta love yourself, because I say it all the time. Nobody is going to love you more than you love yourself. Love yourself. Another disorder is paranoia. Paranoia is the irrational and persistent feeling that people are out to get you. Paranoia may be a symptom of conditions including paranoid personality disorder, delusional paranoid disorder, and schizophrenia. Treatment for paranoia, medications, and psychological support is so important. I have a brother. I love him dearly. He's 2 years older than me. He's mentally ill. He's been mentally ill for about 35 years. He's schizophrenic and bipolar. I'm sure everybody in their family has somebody that's schizophrenic or bipolar or suffer from some type of mental health disorder. And it's real, people, because my brother was an honor student, an A+ student. Somewhere down in his life, something went wrong. And mental health disorders can be hereditary. It can be hereditary as well. But it's sad because sometimes they want the help and they feel that they're okay, but they're really not. And so you have to try to help them. And for those that don't want the help, it's really not much you can do. But if you do see someone acting erratic or pacing back and forth in your neighborhood and just not looking right, it's sad to say that you're going to have to call 911 and you have to pray that nothing bad happens. We heard the stories of family members calling 911 for their mentally disturbed family member. And what happens? Things go wrong. The person comes at the police or whatever, and they get killed. Then I'm pretty sure the family members probably say, why did we call the police? But now I think that the police officers are probably more trained now, and they'll use their stun gun instead of using their firearm. Let's hope. How about post-traumatic stress disorder? Post-traumatic stress disorder, PTSD, is a mental health condition that can develop as a response to people who have experienced any traumatic event. This can be a car or other serious accident, physical or sexual assault, war-related events or torture, or nature disasters such as bushfires. Bushfires. What am I talking about? bushfires or floods. Wow, I'm bugging out, right? I'm saying the word all wrong. Yes, PTSD is serious. It is serious. Very serious disorder. Psychosis. People affected by psychosis can experience delusions, hallucinations, and confused thinking. Psychosis can occur in a number of mental illnesses, including drug-induced psychosis, schizophrenia, and mood disorders. Medication and psychological support can relieve or even eliminate psychotic symptoms. Working in the jail system, you see all of this. Schizophrenia, bipolar, post-traumatic. You see all of this. And just think that officers have to deal with all these different personalities every single day. You think this doesn't affect them? Of course it does. Of course it does. You have to deal with this every day. Doctors, nurses, people that come into hospitals that are in the psychiatric ward. It's gotta be tough. And it seems like mental health is increasing. People are really, really going through it. Schizophrenia is a complex psychotic disorder characterized by disruptions to thinking and emotions, and is a distorted perception of reality. Symptoms of schizophrenia vary widely but may include hallucinations, delusions, thought disorders, social withdrawal, lack of motivation, impaired thinking, and memory. People with schizophrenia have a high risk of suicide. Wow. So schizophrenia is not a split personality. There's a lot of people we see that have committed suicide lately, like that beautiful model in Manhattan, a young lady recently on Instagram. She was a workout coach. Beautiful. Suicide. There's so many other stories of suicide. They had mental health disorders. And you would never think. You look at their lives, they're smiling, but not every smile on a person's face is real. Look at the comedian. I can't even think of his name. Wow. Oh, man. You guys know who I'm talking about. Matter of fact, I've got Robin Harris. Is it Robin Harris? Hold on. I don't want to mess up now because y'all gonna be talking about me. Nope, not Robin Harris. Robin Williams. I'm sorry, but Robin Harris did pass away. That was my man. That was a comedian. He passed away from heart disease. I love me some Robin Harris, but Robin Williams, he made the world laugh. But he wasn't happy. So many people have committed suicide, depressed, and it's sad. It's really sad. We have got to take this mental health situation serious. We have to. We have to. And it's not easy. Because people will think, they'll say, that person's crazy or whatever. No. We don't want to talk like that. We don't. We just know that people need help, and we know that there's got to be something else has to be done. You have the homeless people on the trains. A lot of them have mental health issues. They need help. Mental and physical health are equally important components of overall health. A person's mental health can change over time, but it all depends on many factors. You gotta think, people are going through so much in this world today, and you would never know. You know, people snap. They snap. They lose it. They lose it. But if you know anybody out there that needs help, help them. Give him, and you know, some people don't like to talk about it. You know, they feel like, ain't nothing wrong with me. I don't need no help. You know. But some people want the help. They just don't know about how to, go about getting it. And like I said, sometimes you can't talk to everybody. You just can't. But there are so many services and supports systems. Even senior citizens have mental health issues. It's sad that as they get older, they start getting dementia. They can't remember. That's another thing that the seniors go through. And that's difficult to see. 1 minute they know you, next minute they don't. But we really got to take this mental health situation serious, because people are really, really doing some dangerous things. And it seems like it's getting worse and worse. So if you know somebody that's going through something, please try to... That's my dog, y'all. He's an older dog. He got some issues too, but... I love him. Like I said, thanks for interrupting me, Hunter. Lucky. If you know someone that's going through mental health issues, reach out to them. Because life alone is hard. It's so difficult. Because you don't know what anybody's going through. Their sexuality, gender, age, ethnicity, nationality. You don't know. You don't know what they're going through. So please, please, please reach out to those that may be going through situations. Don't turn your back on them. And there's a lot of signs. Some people withdraw from friends, family, and colleagues. Avoid activities they would normally enjoy. Sleeping too much or too little. Eating too much or too little. Feeling hopeless. Having consistently low energy. Using mood-altering substances, including alcohol and nicotine, more frequently. Displaying negative emotions. Being confused. Being unable to complete daily tasks, such as getting to work or cooking a meal. Having persistent thoughts or memories that reappear regularly. Thinking of causing physical harm to themselves or others. They hearing voices. Experiencing delusions. And there's different steps that the doctor can do to check you out. If you feel that you might be going through something, they look at your medical history, give you a physical exam. Don't be afraid to do it. Go ahead and get a psychological evaluation. There's nothing wrong with it. You don't have to tell people your personal business. Go ahead and get it done. If you feel like you're going through stuff like that, go get it done. There's nothing wrong with it, because you want the treatment. If you want the help, you'll go ahead and do it. You get the help. Go get help. Don't walk around here sad and feeling blue and you just don't know what to do. And if you gotta take the medications, do it. Anything to help you get through the day. We all need it. And you can also do your self-help. A person coping with mental health difficulties may need to change their lifestyle to facilitate wellness. And the changes could include reducing alcohol intake, sleeping more, eating a balanced, nutritious diet. People may need to take time away from work or try to resolve some issues with personal relationships that may be causing damage to their mental health. Being in a bad relationship can cause you to get mentally ill. Are you kidding me? What? Yes. Being in a bad domestic relationship, it doesn't even have to be domestic. Verbally abuse. Yes. That's toxic. Being around people that's not making you happy or just doing things they shouldn't do, that you can have a mental breakdown. Anxiety, depressive disorders, all of this can be a mental breakdown for you. So, get away from that. Get away from it. Mental health affects anybody. I don't care if you black, white, green, red, blue, orange, brown. It affects everybody. Teenagers, children, everybody. Nobody is excluded from mental health. And it's a real illness. It's real. So please go out there, get you help. Like I said, I'm going to put this information at the bottom. Whoa, dude. Anyway, let me give you, before I end the show, let me just say that we can also practice some self-care help too and improve our person's mental health by reducing the stress that we're going through. And I know I had to do a lot of these tips as well to help myself. I'm not out to clear yet. I'm still a work in progress, and I'm woman enough to say that I am. You see, sometimes when you face the fact that you're going through stuff, it kind of moves you a step closer to getting better. Because I know I was messed up. And so I'm working on me. And I'm being honest about it. I'm working on me. So you work on you. And these are some things that might be able to help you. Regular exercise. Exercise for 45 minutes 3 to 5 times a week can significantly improve mental health. Eat a balanced diet and stay hydrated. Eating a nourishing, balanced diet and staying hydrated can give a constant supply of energy throughout the day. Aim for good quality sleep. A 2021 review of multiple studies found that more significant improvements in sleep quality led to greater improvements in a person's mental health. Perform relaxing activities. Breathing exercises. Breathe in, breathe out. Yoga is good too. Meditation, wellness apps, and journaling can help reduce stress and improve overall health and well-being. Writing. Sit back and relax. Have a cup of tea. Read a book. That's nice. Do something that you love. Find a hobby that you love. Something that you love to do. Whether it's knitting, writing in your journal, anything. Doing garden work. That's a form of meditation. Practice gratefulness. People can practice mindfulness and gratitude by actively identifying things they are grateful for daily. Challenge negative thoughts. A person can practice positivity by becoming aware of their negative and unhelpful thoughts and challenging them. Look for positive social interactions. Connecting and maintaining meaningful connections and relationships reduces stress and can also be a source of support and practice help in times of need. It's always great to be around people that talk about positive things. Because if you be around people that talk about negative things, you're gonna think negative. You don't want to be around people that talk about negative things or just sad all the time. You don't want that. When the person starts talking sad like that, don't get me wrong, listen to them. Because it could be cry for help. It could be cry for help. Don't turn your back on them. Don't be like, oh my God, here they go again. Don't do that. If you're a true friend, you wouldn't do that. Sit and talk to them. Because you might be that person that they need to vent to. So don't turn your back on them. Don't do that. But talk positive. and they start speaking sad, lift their spirits and talk positive. And then in turn, vice versa, they'll do it for you. See how that works? Talk positive. Change that negative conversation to a positive one. And you'll both feel good inside. I just want to say, if you or someone you know is having thoughts of suicide, a prevention hotline can help. The National Suicide Prevention Lifeline is available 24 hours per day at 800-273-8255. 800-273-8255, okay? 255, I'm sorry. The mental health disorders might be common and serious, very severe. Most people can manage their symptoms, and they lead full lives with the proper treatment and access to their support. Access to their support. You know what I mean? So sometimes you may think that the recovery is not working, but don't give up. Don't give up. You gotta learn new ways to cope and gain more control of your life. Don't give up. Please. A lot of things happen in our lives, and mental health illness, it can also lead to health conditions like diabetes, stroke, hypertension, cancer, and heart disease. So we have got to get a control of this. Our anxiety, our PTSD, the aches and pains that we're going through, because that's depressing too. When you're suffering from ailments and you're going through so much aches and pains, and you're constantly going to the doctor, getting needles and this and that, and just dealing with health issues like cancer and all these different things, lupus and multiple sclerosis and so many other things out there, diabetes, and it puts pressure on you, and it can really make you just sink into a deep black hole. But come on, we can fight this, we can do this. Pray on it. We can fight this. We can fight this mental health. We just gotta know when to go get help. Go get help. Don't harm yourself. Don't harm others. Get help. I'll put the information at the bio. And I just want to say to all of you, live, laugh, love. Love yourself, because you cannot love anything or anyone unless you love yourself. Stay healthy. Stay focused. Always put God first, and hug your family just a little bit tighter. Please watch your surroundings. If you see something, say something. Say something. The red flags are always going to be there. Some things that seem normal, they're not. Pay attention to people that are around you, that you are working with, that you are walking past. Pay attention. Stay off your phones. Stop walking down the street texting. It can wait. And if it can't, stop, pull to the side and do what you gotta do. But always keep those eyeballs going around in your head, because we have a lot of mentally ill people walking the streets. They need the help. Sometimes they may not think they need the help. I don't want to see no one get hurt. I'm praying for all of you. God bless. Love you, mommy, and love you, mommy, daddy, forever. Peace. Instagram, Listen Up, Listen In 5687, and on Facebook, Listen Up, Listen In. You can also email me at listenuplistenin5687@gmail.com. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, by following me on social media, you'll be able to see all the platforms my podcast is on. Wherever you consume my podcast, hit the subscribe button so you can be notified when a new episode is posted. Rate, review, and share this podcast.
Listen up, listen in. Listen up, listen in. Yeah.